So now that we've gone over the basic considerations in step 1, we're going to go through some examples. And since Brad and his interdisciplinary team recently did an implementation strategy for Taos, we're going to get into the specifics of what they did for each of the resources. And then after that, we'll get Rem and Joe back in here, and we'll talk generally about their successes and lessons learned since they've been implementing their plan for a few years. Now, of course, Megan, you can chime in anytime with your experiences as well. Okay, so Brad, what would you say was the most challenging aspect of step 1, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest challenge for me was figuring out how the R&P decisions translate to day-to-day operational tasks or actions. I felt to a large extent that we had to consider how the R&P language translated to project element language by identifying the applicable PE codes. This got to be a bit easier as we became more familiar with the PE codes, and you'll have the benefit of using the example spreadsheet as a starting point.
It's going to seem like a daunting task, and many of you may spend a lot of time concerned about where each project goes and how your work fits into the sheet. Just remember to get it all out there during this step and not to worry too much about lumping or splitting. These things will fall into place more as you go through the steps.
So Brad, what would you say are some of the benefits that you experienced while doing step 1?
Sure. No question, developing the implementation strategy allowed us to better focus our R&P's vision. That is, the exercise enabled our field office to see more clearly what we need to do to meet the goals and objectives of the plan. Just as project management, when it's imperative that you identify all the tasks and subtasks necessary to reach a milestone, the implementation strategy allowed us to identify and define all the tasks necessary to meet the goals and objectives of the plan, and to understand the critical path for its implementation. Also, very importantly, this strategy gives our field office collectively an understanding of what our priorities are. Certainly priorities shift, and at times we've struggled to understand them collectively, but the strategy all but eliminates any question of priorities. And they're written down, so in more philosophical terms, the strategy provides a shared vision for our field office.
Brad's right. During step 1, many specialists who don't often get together are able to see how interconnected the work they do is and are able to address this more strategically.
So Brad, you finished your strategy about 6 months ago or so. How have you been using it since then?
Well, this is a working document, so we continue to make refinements and adjustments to better identify and define the implementation tasks and actions to keep our priorities fresh. We also use it to project our workload measures for the upcoming fiscal year.
Okay, so let's get more specific. We're going to walk through the resource categories outline, and if you want to follow along in your participant guide, it might help you track with what we're doing. So Brad, what types of projects did your team come up with in the natural resources category?
For physical resources such as air, water, and soil, we made sure to include assessments and monitoring for each resource. For water, we identified the need to develop watershed plans and to also obtain water rights, the Santa Fe River, for example, to support some of our other resource program objectives. In soils, we identified the need to develop soil stabilization projects.
That sounds like a good mix of regular projects and some special projects. And how did you deal with the workload for habitat management?
First, we recognized the need to complete land health assessments as part of our regular workload. The next step would be to indicate the appropriate treatments based on these assessments, which we identified in a few different ways. Under grasslands and shrublands, we describe this as maintain native and desirable and non-native plant communities in non-forested areas. This is consistent with a goal in our plan and combines the use of multiple PE codes that address vegetation and treatments. We found that this identifies the workload and allows for flexibility in available methods. As we learn more in the out years, we'll be able to be more specific. In forestry, however, we identified the workloads as treating areas outside the WUI to meet forest management objectives and to shift certain areas from fire regime class condition 2 and 3 to class 1 and 2. Again, we used a combination of PE codes, but each was directly related to our plan outcomes. For fish and wildlife and special status species, in addition to inventory and monitoring, we also identified cooperating with partners, consultations with tribes and certain agencies, and meeting with working groups in certain projects. There isn't a specific PE code provided for these types of activities, but this is a large workload for our office, and we felt it needed to be captured.
So that's a good point, Brad. If there's a significant workload or an activity that doesn't have an associated PE code, it still needs to be captured on the spreadsheet. And then you can ask your state lead if they can recommend a code or possibly talk about whether to create a new code. So how did you deal with cultural resources?
A lot of the cultural work focused on surveys required under Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act. And then our proactive work. Our archaeologists added things like conduct proactive inventories and develop field school opportunities and other educational and outreach opportunities.
So how about special designations?
We designated and expanded several ACECs in the RMP, so we created a row for each ACEC and then looked at the management objectives to identify specific projects to undertake within each. Since some ACECs require activity plans, develop an activity plan was the first item we might have used. I imagine we'll fill in the projects that come out of these plans once they're completed. And depending on their relevance, the relevant important values of the ACECs, different specialists would likely be involved in identifying the projects per ACEC. A couple of examples are to acquire lands within ACECs or implement road closures by signing or decommissioning roads.
Activities under ACECs were more detailed than for natural resources and had cross-references with a lot of other programs. ACECs are often your focal areas anyway, and you're able to be specific about what projects you hope to accomplish, whether they be vegetation treatments, cultural surveys, or trail work.
So how about demand-driven work, such as energy and minerals or lands and realty? How'd you do that?
We made sure to capture all the work associated with these programs from application or nomination through inspection and monitoring. We also included cooperating workloads where appropriate. Most of our projects addressed actions such as process APDs and conduct inspections for oil and gas or process mining claims for locatable minerals. For rights-of-ways, in the Direct Community Service tab, it was similar. Process new rights-of-ways and conduct compliance and inspections were two major workloads.
So did you add geographic specificity to these, or did you just leave it planning area wide?
Well, for most of the demand-driven work, you won't know the geographic location until the proposal gets in the door, so we left this planning area wide.
So I imagine that the workloads in many of these categories would be similar for most BLM offices, and that's why we think the example spreadsheet would be helpful, because it's pretty inclusive on most areas. So how about range management? Was that fairly standard as well? You know, what is it similar to what was in the example spreadsheet?
Yes, once we separated range management from vegetation treatments, most of the work associated with range management is administrative. We included process permit renewals, develop allotment management plans, and evaluate standards for rangeland health.
How about management of forest product sales?
Again, this was pretty standard, so it ended up being close to the example spreadsheet. We included identification of areas available for sale, preparing permits and contracts, and then monitoring sale areas.
So Taos is big for recreational activities. How did you fit that huge workload into the spreadsheets?
Well, we designated a lot of SERMAs and IRMAs in the land use plan, so just as we did with ACECs, we created a line for each one. For many of the areas, the actions were pretty much the same, as we intend to prepare activity plans for each. This means an inventory is necessary before developing a recreation area plan. Also included were design and construct facilities where appropriate, and publish maps and other interpretive materials. Some areas had more specific actions, such as close the area to shooting or obtain easements.
And of course, you don't want to forget that you'll need to enter more projects into the spreadsheet after you've completed the recreation area plans. Your planning and environmental coordinator should be able to help you with this.
So what kind of activities did you have that were planning area wide?
We identified process and manage recreation use permits as an area-wide project, but they could also be SERMA specific.
And how about RMP objectives for travel management?
RMP divides the planning area into travel management units, and a separate row was added for each unit, as they can be prioritized later. Each unit has identical projects listed, including inventory roads and trails, and develop a plan. Following travel management plans, projects include close non-designated roads and construct and maintain roads and trails and monitor roads and trails.
So the tasks and amounts would be more specific after you finish the travel management plans, similar to the ACECs, right?
Right. We'll know more about where signs are needed and road closures should take place once the plans are done, and we'll enter those into the sheets.
So how about the resources in direct community services? We talked a little bit about rights of ways, but what about land tenure?
The Taos RMP recommends several areas for withdrawal. So one realty action is to process the withdrawals. We're also aware of some upcoming exchanges, RMPP leases and disposals. So we included them specifically and added placeholders for those that come up as they come up in future workloads.
So how about fire management?
Similar to range management, we separated out the vegetation treatments done to address the FRCC outside the WUI and focused on the fire program and those projects within the WUI. We include complete and update burn plans, implement fuels reductions in the WUI, provide rural fire and community assistance, and participate in other cooperative efforts.
And so how about the last one? How did you address public safety?
We made sure to include different types of law enforcement and crime investigation activities. For hazardous waste, we included identify hazmat sites and respond to emergencies. Under abandoned mine lands, we included inventory sites, remediate sites, and monitor the effectiveness of the remediation.
Sounds like you did a pretty thorough job capturing all the work, but since it's been done, have you found anything that's missing in the worksheets?
We did. We primarily picked up on some inconsistencies among categories. For example, activity level planning, for which the DF project element code may be used, was well captured under some categories, such as recreation, but was overlooked under others. Recognizing the inconsistencies has allowed us to add missing tasks or activities under some of the programs. We also added cross-references that weren't originally considered.
Thanks for sharing your Taos strategy with us. I'm sure that's really going to help the folks out in the field when they start populating their spreadsheets. I know we went through it pretty quickly, so you may want to play this video back and to get some more details. So now let's get Joe and Rem back in here to talk about Casper and Phoenix.